Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Reviews. Today I am reviewing The High Republic Issue 2, which was titled There Is No Fear, Chapter 2, Tomb in Space, which was written by Cavan Scott and had art by Ario Anadito, and it came out on February 3rd, 2021. So yeah, I thought it was another great issue. Introduced some cool stuff and tied into some of the other High Republic stories nicely. And, I've really liked all the characters so far in the series. This issue introduces two new characters, named Tarek and Sarat, which they are Jedi who are bond twins, which is what it was called in the issue, which, they share each other's thoughts and whatnot. And one big thing in the issue is we see one of them get hurt and the other one, feels it. And, there's several other things also. I quite liked them, definitely for their bond and whatnot, but I also thought they were, interesting characters. But, also this issue gets a lot more into, Skier and what's going on with him, and see him dip into the dark side a lot and in this issue, and I guess his PTSD from losing his arm and whatnot. But and like I said, there's some nice connections to the other High Republic stories. We see Vernistra Rowe from Test of Courage appear, and the tease of what seems to be the Drangir, and which introducing Into the Dark. And a few other cool things. But I quite like the issue. I'll just get into the breakdown, which the issue starts with Keeve, Skier, and the twins going to answer some distress call they got, but they arrive to the ship where the distress call signals coming from, but they're too late and the ship had already been destroyed. So they board it and find it's full of poisonous gas, which means the Nihil were there. So Skier then says that they should split up, and tells Keeve and Sarat to go together and head to the flight deck while him and Tarek search around the ship. So they do that, but then Skier has like a flashback PTSD moment to when he lost his arm and whatnot, and Keeve asks him if, what's wrong, and he says nothing, to focus on the mission and whatnot. Which we see Keeve and Sarat get to the flight deck where they find a murdered hut there. So then they all wonder why a hut was in Republic space, which Skier then finds some crops on the floor. I believe it was Sarat says that they're probably trying to sell it to someone because of the many worlds being in need after the great disaster. But then a stranded Nihil fires at Skier and Tarek. Tarek gets injured, and we see Sarat feel it from the flight deck. So then Skier goes looking for the Nihil member, who sneaks up on Skier, but Skier is ready, and he chops the Nihil member in half. But then, afterwards, he keeps slashing at the Nihil's dead body, which then Keeve gets there and catches, Skier in the act, which Keeve, starts to ask him if there's, and there's no other way, and Skier cuts her off by, saying no other way to disarm the coward, which he then says, do you think you would be dead if there were? And then he says they need to contact Starlight, which they do, and they figure out what the crops they found were, which it's something called Veracetica ranicesis. I don't know, butchering that. Then they figure out the hut probably got it from the planet Cedric Minor. So Avar Chris sends Skier and Sarah to Cedric Minor, which Keeve tries to go with them, but is rejected by Skier. But Avar says she and Vernestra Rowe will come to recover the hut's ship. But then we see Skier and Sarah arrive on Cedric Minor, and some farmer, I guess it was a farmer or something like that, tells them they aren't welcome there. But then Sarah sees something in the crops, and so he goes to investigate it. But then some big tentacle thingy, or assuming some Drungir comes out of the ground behind him. But before we see anything, it cuts to Avar and Keeve talking on the hut's ship, and Keeve showing Avar what Skier did to the Nihil member, which Avar says Keeve should have told her right away, but Keeve said she didn't know what to do and whatnot. And then they talk about how Skier hasn't been himself recently. But then Tarek screams in pain, and Avar, Keeve, and Vernestra Rowe try to figure out what's wrong. And Tarek says something terrible has happened, so Avar tells Skier over the comms if Sarah is with him, which Skier responds by saying that he isn't. So he goes into the crops to try to find him, but all he finds is his lightsaber, and that's where the issue ends off. So yeah, I quite enjoyed this issue. I like the introduction of the twins, and what's going on with Skier, and showing the huts for the first time in the High Republic, even though it's a dead hut, and all the tie-ins to the other High Republic stories. I just really liked a lot about this issue. So yeah, yeah, my grade, I'll give it an A+. So yeah, the third issue of the series probably out by now by the time this goes up, so it should be a review of that should be coming out soon also, so you can check that out then. But in the meantime, you could check out all my other High Republic reviews and all the other stuff I do. But for now, I've been Starzu, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.